Hello, friends. Those back pages here. I hope you're well. It is Sunday, May 17th, 2020, as I am recording this. I'll be releasing it the next day. Just finished watching The Last Dance, final 9th and 10th episode. Really good stuff. That kind of goes without saying. Earlier this evening, I filmed a segment with Baseball Collector talking about the current ongoings in the hobby and the National. So I'm sure that's up. It's filmed live, shown live, probably archived right now. If you've not gotten a chance to see that, go ahead and watch now. Well, later. I talked a little bit about this during that show, and I thought it would make a good topic for you guys. So yes, we're going to be talking about Project 2020. So, as of May 17th, 2020, there's been no Major League Baseball as of yet. Real games. Who knows if we're going to get any real games seen this year. The proposal with all the health stuff, I think I've read it's 67 pages long or something to that effect. No spitting, no sunflower seeds, no tobacco, no high fives, no fist bumps, no sitting in the dugout, yada yada yada. In the history, since baseball started in the 1800s, I don't think they've ever had a season where 0 games were played. So that gives me hope that we will see some sort of baseball this year. So, we have Project 2020, which started at the end of March and will be concluding on December 29th, I believe. If you don't know what Project 2020 is, it is 20 artists. Here's the box, Project 2020. It is 20 artists giving their interpretation of 20 classic cards pre-selected by Topps. I don't have that list with me, but you see some of the players there in front of you. This set is released Monday to Friday around 1 p.m. Eastern, 2 per day. They are available for 48 hours, so there's some overlapping. So we've got 5 there, and we'll just use those to represent the 5 days of the week. So we'll just, for this example, there'll be 1 per day. So the Jeter comes out on Monday, 1 p.m. The Trout comes out on Tuesday, 1 p.m. The Jackie comes out on Wednesday at 1 p.m. At that point, the Jeter is now, the clock on the Jeter is expired, and he is removed from the website. The Mattingly comes out on Thursday at 1 p.m. At that time, the Trout is expired and removed from the website. Friday, the Ryan comes out at 1 p.m. and the Jackie is removed from the website. There's no release on Saturday, but the Mattingly will expire at 1 p.m. on Saturday. There's no release on Sunday, but the Ryan will expire at 1 p.m. on Sunday. So you have that 48-hour window to buy as many copies as you like, ranging from 1 for $19.99 or a 10-pack, which comes out to $144 plus tax. Whatever it may be where you're watching this. They also, because there's 2 a day, they also offer a 2-pack where you get one of each card for $34.99. Every order from Topps.com comes with free shipping, whether it's 1 card or 100 cards, so it doesn't matter. So that's the basic gist of what is Project 2020. Now, I think because of these crazy times we're in, the Project 2020 actually represents these times and will forever be tied together with these times. And I think they are fun to collect. I remember when the Trout came out. It just came out on the second day, and I was like, man, that is a horrible looking card. It is bad. I used some other words that we will not say on the channel. Then, it's like, all right, well, 2 days went by as I didn't order it. That's fine. But then I started thinking, well, I collect Trout. I have his Bowman's Best Atomic Refractors, his Sapphires, his Transcendence, 3D. And some of those cost a significant amount of money, more than $20. Fortunately for myself, financially, the Trout had yet to taken off in price to what it is as of this recording. I believe it's in the $500 area, because they printed just a tad over 2,900. I think it was 2,911 or 2,921, somewhere around there, which is a very minute number for my Trout, which leads to why it is the price it is now. This was the second Trout that came out, and I'll give you a basic look. They're on 130 point stock. They tell you about the original card, a little bit about the project, and then the artist who did the card. So this one was the second one that came out, and this one did just over 13,000 copies. Baller Ben did the third Trout, and that one did just under 35,000 copies. That's correct, 35,000 copies. Set the record, smashed the record. I think this was actually the second highest at the time. A couple others have done some numbers I cannot recall at this time. So, some of these are like the Trout is really expensive. A lot of the early runs were really low, making them significantly more than what they were at release, which, you might be watching this and have never heard of it. And, we are about 70 cards into the 400 card set. As I said, this will be coming out Monday through Friday, 2 a day, until I believe it's December 29th, right till the end of the year, because it's Project 2020. 20 cards, 20 players, the year 2020. So, you might be thinking, oh man, now I'm interested in this. Well, for that, you'll see the 3 cards on your right are all by Blake Jamerson. And then the Trout is an Ermsey, and then the Derek Jeter is King somebody. I cannot remember. King's not Solomon, but it sounds like that. That was the first Jeter, so I decided to go ahead and pick that one up when it came out. It's a pretty good looking card. And I think it's still in the $40 area. It was $20 when it came out, but now it's been out a while. I believe it's in the $40. Don't quote me on that, but the Blakes have taken off, rightfully so, because not only many reasons, but he's got his Maguire will be out on this Wednesday, the 20th of May. He's going to have an ESPN article. So, if you are interested in Blake's art there, I cannot recommend enough. You go back and try to pick up those three, and then he has a Ricky. That's the Ricky Henderson is out, but it has not shipped yet. Obviously the pandemic and popularity probably of the Baller Blake Trout printing so many, I don't think Topps had any idea that they would sell that many, so it's put a clog in the production line, in my opinion. But they will be mailed out. So, here's a couple things. You'll see like Blake's there, especially the Jackie and the Nolan Ryan. He's got a theme going on. So you'll see a lot of the artists, and again, at this point, the artists have put out, I did not double check this, but I believe the artists have, except for one, Don C, but the other artists have probably, I think they've each put out 4. Let's just use 4 for an example. Use Blake, for example, because he's awesome. So Blake has 4 of his 16 have been released. 4 of his 20, have been released. So that means he has 16 more releases for this set. So even if you can't afford or have, just can't afford to pick up his first 4, that certainly does not mean you should not pick up his last 16 if this is something that interests you. We're basically looking at the price of a blaster. This Trout that printed about 13,000 copies, I want to say it sells for at least $40. Now, if you like certain players and you want to collect those players, that player, that's fine. If you like an artist, you want to collect the art, that's another beautiful thing about this set. There's a lot of people have been saying, oh, that's, that art is crap. I love that art. That doesn't interest me. I don't like that player. I don't like that team, whatever it may be. This set has generated a lot of talking in the hobby. This set has also brought in a lot of new people into the hobby, and vice versa. Before this project started, I had no idea who any of these artists were. Any 20 of them, and a couple of them I have checked out because of this project. So the timing with the pandemic and everything going on, people at home, people wanting new stuff, these are new. And I think with the limited time window is adding to the excitement of people. Oh, well, which cards came out today? Oh, I don't like that one. They're both crap. Oh, I love both of those. So the discussion has been fantastic. And of course you've got the purists that just don't like change. And I can totally relate and understand that. Some of them don't look anything like the original cover. I don't own any of those at the moment, but some of them don't. And that's okay, because this is Project 2020. You can always go out and buy the original card that's being depicted. Some cost more than others. So I think it's important to realize that, even though you quote-unquote might have quote-unquote missed the boat on these early ones, that's fine. That doesn't mean you can't still enjoy going forward. As a collector, you have to enjoy your purchases. If you don't enjoy your purchases, don't make the purchase. You're not obligated to purchase anything in this hobby that you don't like. I guess that's not totally true, but to an extent that if you're a set collector, you might have to put up with some stuff you don't like. But you know what I'm saying. So I think it's something to think about. I want you to give it some thought. I mean, you see something, oh, that's horrible. Look at it again the next day. Maybe it's not so horrible. Maybe you like a particular artist. There's one artist that I'm not particularly a fan of, but he put out one of his cards and I did not buy it, and I regret not picking it up because now it's, I think, 5 times SRP. It's about $100, and I don't think I like it that much. But in the future, you could probably trade. You might be able to trade for one or whatnot. If you want to pick up some extras, you might have them to trade. Now, of course, like everything else in our hobby in 2020, there are some people that are saying, "Oh, this is crap. It's all a facade. It's all going to crumble to the ground." There's a couple people that are steadfast that the Ermsey trout you see there will top out at $100. A lot of us don't agree with that. So, you collect the last 16 of your particular artist, and in a year or two, this, is no longer popular set. Then you pick up those missing pieces for your set. Because, collecting is a marathon and not a sprint. There will always be somebody with quote-unquote better than yourself. So if you have any questions about Project 2020, I'd be glad to answer them. It's self-admittedly, it's a set I did not care for when it started. Ichiro was card number 1 and Sandy Koufax was card number 2. I was like, these look like crap. What the hell is going on here? $20 a piece. These look like crap. But, being a human being, we can always change our minds. So if Project 2020 is something that seems interesting to you, go ahead and give it a whirl. Try a couple. Ask questions. Ask me questions. Ask your fellow hobby friends questions. Always learning. Remember that. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's episode. I am very appreciative of you spending your time with me, telling my stories and things. Remember to always be kind, keep learning, share your knowledge, and cherish your collection.